I need help.
Okay, let's get this off. Are you bleeding? Okay, calm down. Breathe. You need to be completely honest with me. What happened?
I was with my boyfriend when we started arguing.
Is he okay? But it was an accident.
No.
It was he.
I hit him with a rock.
Okay. If you're looking for a new movie to stream at home this weekend, Jake has a new thriller that'll keep you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, this is one where I kind of thought I knew where it was going, and by the end, jaw just on the ground.
What's it streaming on?
Apple TV Plus. It starts streaming on Friday, so you can just watch it in the comfort of your home. It's called Echo Valley. A really great thriller. Like I said, starts streaming on Friday. It stars Julianne Moore as a mother whose drug-addicted daughter, played by Sweeney, shows up on her doorstep with blood on her shirt that's not her blood. She tells her mother, "I need help." And what follows is this twisty, turny thriller that's really best if I don't spoil anything for you. What I will tell you is that the film has a lot of intense moments between Julianne and Sydney, moments where they're screaming, they're fighting, they're crying. But what happens when the director calls cut in the middle of those intense moments of acting? Are they the type of actors who, what they call stay in character? They tell me that they're not, but for a very specific reason. Yeah, obviously, there are some moments in this film that are incredibly tense with screaming and crying and fighting that obviously a lot of us are thinking about what happens when you guys hear cut. And I do want to know that, but I also want to know as actors, because you hear about actors sometimes that stay in it in between takes and sometimes actors don't. I'd love to know at what point each of your careers did you decide if you were going to be the kind of actor that stayed in those intense moments or the kind of actor that just totally broke whenever you called cut?
We break.
Yeah. I knew from the very beginning that I was just going to jump in and out of my characters. I had a mentor when I was younger tell me that it wouldn't be healthy to bring characters home, especially because I was drawn to darker, more emotionally complicated characters.
Yeah. That's a nice piece of advice. I agree. I think that every actor is different. Everybody has a different process. I think that acting is an act of imagination. And so you create that character and you can believe it, but you've imagined it, but your intellect is operating at the same time. So know that even though you're imagining all this stuff, you also see the camera, you see the crew, you hear the sounds around you. You have to be aware of it. That's actually part of it. You need to be aware of all the technical aspects as well.
I heard a quote one time that someone said, "Why do actors only become like stay in character whenever they're playing terrible people? Like, why aren't they staying in character when they're like really nice, funny people?" Which I thought was a really great point.
That's a good point. I like that. Yeah.
We're going to have more from Sweeney and Julianne Moore coming up in the next hour of Good Day Chicago. Echo Valley starts streaming on Apple TV Plus on Friday.
And I was just telling you, I don't have Apple TV Plus, but you're saying it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, they do a lot of really great high-quality stuff. They get really great stars. They throw big budgets out there. And unlike some other streaming services, Apple actually keeps their series going. There's so many streaming services, I feel like, I become invested in a show, and I'm like, okay, I'm really into this, and 8 minutes later, it's like been canceled. It's like, it's a lot of time. People don't have a lot of time at home, and if they're going to invest in something, they want to know that it's going to stick around for 3, 4, 5 years. Gotcha. It's not going to be canceled. But this is just a 2-hour movie. Watch it on a Friday, Saturday night when the kids are away. Very much one of those, but I think you're going to dig it.
Awesome. Thanks, Jake. We'll be right back.